I didn't know what I wanted to tell him, but if he would only wait till I got there, I could probably think of something. I certainly didn't want him to go home. Behind me, I could hear the sound of Santa's motorboat on the lake, and, well, I darted after Tom Till as fast as my excited legs could carry me. I was a little longer-legged than Tom and caught up with him after only a short run. I grabbed him and said, "You're a great guy, Tom. The whole gang likes you." He dropped his suitcase, pulled loose, and scurried around behind the big bole of a Norway pine tree, where he stopped. I could see part of him. I could tell by the way one of his elbows was moving that he was wiping tears out of his eyes, maybe with the back of his hand. I tried to coax him to go back to camp with me, but he wouldn't. "Everybody hates me," he sobbed. But he knew I really liked him, as I'd proved that to him at different times. He slumped down in the grass and let himself sort of sob and sniffle and talk at the same time. He wasn't looking at me, but straight ahead in the direction of a little cluster of bright yellow mustard flowers, the kind that grow along the edge of our garden back at Sugar Creek, if you let 'em. They're very pretty, but are pests, and if you give 'em a chance, they'll spread in a few years all over a field or fence row. Seeing those pretty mustard flowers and knowing that Tom was crying on account of his dad and also on account of his mother, I thought of my own parents and how when I catch a cold, my brown-haired mom makes a mustard plaster and puts it on my chest. "You're a super guy," I said to Tom, and felt awfully warm inside my heart toward him. I wished he was my brother and that I could do something to make him happy. Tom seemed to remember then that he had a handkerchief in his pocket. He pulled it out and blew his freckled nose. Then he straightened up quick as if he thought of something important. "Where is the icehouse?" he asked and scrambled to his feet. I wondered what he had on his mind, because his face looked as though he'd made up his mind to do something terribly important, which he was afraid to do but was going to do anyway. But he wouldn't tell me until I said I wouldn't show him where the icehouse was if he didn't tell me. So he told me. Would you believe this? This is what he said. "I want to get there before the cops do and talk to him about something. I want to tell him something." I looked at his tearful eyes and his sniffling nose and his freckled face and liked him even better than ever. Then I decided we ought to ask Big Jim what he thought, as he had a lot of bright ideas about things like that. Right away we found Big Jim, who'd just come back with Santa from phoning the police, and I was surprised when he said, "Nothing doing. It's up to the police now." But Tom got a stubborn expression on his face and said, "I've got to talk to him. You've got to take me there, because after the cops get him, I won't have any chance." We were standing down on the beach at the time. Tom's bare toes were digging themselves into the sand, and he was still sniffling a little and swallowing. "I want to ask him to give up when the police come for him," he said. "You won't need to ask him that," Dragonfly, who had come up just that second, said. "He'll have to give up." "He might not," Tom said. "He might kill some of the police. He might even kill himself if he's been drinking. My dad's pretty fierce when he's half drunk and mad at the same time." I looked at Big Jim's face. He was looking down at the boat with the black shrouded outboard motor attached to the stern, and the muscles of his jaw were working as they do when he's thinking. Barry, our camp director, hadn't come back yet. He had to be away all night, so Big Jim was still our boss. "Is that your dad's motorboat?" Big Jim asked Tom Till, pointing toward it. Tom said, "I don't know. He always wanted one like that, but I don't think he had enough money to buy one." Just that second we heard a horn blowing out on the lake. We knew it was the mailboat coming, and we soon learned it had brought letters for most of us. One was addressed to Lil Tom Till in his mother's handwriting. Tom held it in his hands, studying it. Then he opened it and read it, while different ones of us read our own letters. But I kept watching him out of the corner of my eye. Then I saw him quickly shuffle over to Big Jim and shove the letter into his hand and say, "Read that." Big Jim had been reading a letter written in a very smooth, pretty handwriting in green ink. I knew it was from Sylvia, whose pop was our Sugar Creek minister and who Big Jim thought was extra nice. Jim tucked Sylvia's letter inside his shirt pocket and read Tom's mom's letter and, well, whatever it said, that was what decided him. "All right, gang," Big Jim said in a quick, authoritative